Hi dear student, welcome to my channel. In this slot, I'm going to teach about the chemicals for consumer, and we will focus on the modern medicine. Modern medicine are classified into four groups known as analgesic, antibiotic, and the third class is known as hormone and steroid, and the last class or fourth class is known as psychotropic medicine. And in this chapter, we're going to learn about the function of each classes and the examples of the medicines, and finally we're going to look into the side effects causes by this medicine. Okay, let me start with analgesic. What is the function of analgesic? Analgesic is used to relieve pain, and this analgesic also is known as painkiller. Okay, and the example of medicine that are classified into analgesic, number one is known as common analgesic, which is paracetamol, and the second analgesic is known as acidic analgesic, which is aspirin. And the third one, powerful or strong analgesic, known as codeine. And now we move on to the second classes of modern medicine, which is known as antibiotic. This antibiotic is used to kill or retard or slow down the growth of bacteria and fungus. And must remember, not virus. This antibiotic cannot use to cure viral fever or viral infection. And example of antibiotic, number one is known as penicillin. Number two is known as streptomycin. Okay, I'll move on to the third classes of modern medicine. This hormone and steroid is used to regulate physiological process in our body. And the hormone that synthesized by the cells in the pancreas is known as insulin, and this insulin is used to regulate or control the sugar level in the body and is used to treat diabetes mellitus patient. And steroid is made up of lipid compound. Example of steroid, number one is known as anabolic steroid, number two is known as corticosteroid. Later we will check the function of the anabolic steroid and corticosteroid, and as well as its side effects. Okay, psychotropic medicine. The fourth classes of modern medicine is known as psychotropic medicine. The psychotropic medicine is used to treat mental illness. Okay, emotional changes, behavior changes, stress, tension, anxiety. And this psychotropic medicine is divided into three classes known as SAA. S stand for stimulant, A stand for antidepressant, and finally antipsychotic. And next part we will move on to the analgesic, and we will try to check the paracetamol, aspirin, and codeine, and its function and the side effects caused by these classes of modern medicine. Paracetamol is known as common analgesic, and this function of this paracetamol is used to treat fever and also used to treat headache and toothache. Okay, long terms of taking this paracetamol can cause kidney and liver damage. So student required to remember the side effects caused by the paracetamol. Okay, I will move on to the next example of analgesic, which is known as aspirin. Aspirin is known as acidic analgesic. The scientific name of aspirin is salicylic acid, and the structural formula of aspirin is given here. Basically, this aspirin contains two homologous series. COOH stand for carboxylic acid, which give the properties, acidic properties for the aspirin. And we have another homologous series here, COO bonding. Bonding comes with COO and bonding. This is belongs to ester. Okay, ester homologous series. And the function of aspirin. The function of aspirin is used to treat fever, also used to treat headache, and also used to treat mild arthritis. Arthritis means joint pain. And look at this question. We move on to this question. Okay, the molecular formula of aspirin is known as, the molecular formula of aspirin is C9H8O4. And calculate the molar mass or relative molecular mass of aspirin. So how to calculate this relative molecular mass of aspirin? We have carbon 9 atom. So 9 times with RAM of carbon plus 8 times with RAM of hydrogen plus 4 times with RAM of oxygen. We total up all the relative atomic mass of the atoms that present in the aspirin molecule. So here I get 208 plus 8 plus 64, total together 108 gram per mole. Okay, so we move on to the next question. Okay, why children below 12 years old cannot take aspirin? These children below 12 years old cannot take aspirin. Why? Because aspirin is acidic. Aspirin is acidic, analgesic. This aspirin can cause what? So aspirin can cause internal bleeding. Bleeding in children's small intestine. Okay, so explain why children below 12 years old cannot take aspirin. Aspirin is an acidic analgesic. Aspirin can cause internal bleeding in the children's small intestine. Look at this question. Okay, state another two person who cannot take aspirin. Give a reason. Okay, the first person that cannot take aspirin is known as pregnant woman. And the second person who cannot take aspirin is known as gastric patient. Okay, and we try to give a reason. So for pregnant woman, it can increase. Aspirin can increase the risk of premature closure of a vessel in the fetus heart. Okay, and we go for gastric patient. How to explain for gastric patient? Okay, the gastric patient should avoid taking aspirin. Why? Because aspirin is an acidic analgesic. It can worsen the gastric pain. Okay, we move on to the side effects caused by aspirin for adult. The side effects caused by aspirin for the adult will be, it can cause stomach ulcer. Formation of stomach ulcer can occur in their stomach. Okay, we'll move on to the third example of analgesic, which is known as codeine. Codeine made up of drugs, so the side effects of codeine, it can cause addiction. It's a cough medicine. Okay, codeine is used to treat cough and also used to treat flu. Okay, so the first example classes of modern medicine known as analgesic. Now we try to look at the first question. Ida as a headache. Okay, the doctor prescribed the medicine for her. Which of the following medicine should be given? Headache is a pain. That means the classes of modern medicine should be given is analgesic, and it should be suggested paracetamol, common analgesic. Okay, I'll go for second example of question. What type of medicine comes under paracetamol? Paracetamol is used to treat fever. Okay, it's also used to treat musculoskeletal pain. Okay, it comes under analgesic. Second class of modern medicine is known as antibiotic. The function of antibiotic is to kill or retard the growth of bacteria and fungus, and must mention not virus. That means the antibiotic is cannot be used to cure diseases that caused by virus. Look at example number 2. Which of the following diseases cannot be cured by antibiotic? The answer will be viral fever, so the answer will be C. Example of antibiotic, we have two. Number 1, penicillin, and number 2 is streptomycin. The penicillin is extracted from the fungus known as Penicillium notatum, and the penicillium is used to treat gonorrhea, the sexually transmitted diseases, and also syphilis, another sexually transmitted diseases, and pneumonia, fungal infection in the lungs. And the overdosage can cause death. The second example of antibiotic is known as streptomycin. The streptomycin is produced by bacteria, known as Streptomyces, and this streptomycin is used to treat tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is known as TB, and also gonorrhea and pneumonia. Look at question number 3. Explain why the antibiotic must finish as prescribed by doctor. So the answer will be to ensure all the pathogen are killed. Number 1, point number 1, and point number 2, to prevent the pathogen from being immune to the particular diseases. Look at question number 1. Which of the following medicine is used to cure illness caused by the bacteria? The antibiotic. So antibiotic, under antibiotic, that will be streptomycin. So answer will be B. Try to look at this question. The table below shows the function of 3 types of modern medicine. So student required to state the type or classes of modern medicine. Number 1, the function given to relieve pain. Relieve pain is under analgesics. And to kill and prevent the production of bacteria, this will be under antibiotic. And emotional changes and the behavior of the patient, this will be psychotropic drugs or psychotropic medicine. And look at question number E. Explain why medicine type Q. The medicine type Q will be antibiotic must finish as prescribed by doctor. So the answer, to ensure all pathogen are killed. And next point, to prevent the pathogen from being immune to the particular diseases. Third classes of modern medicine is known as hormone and steroid. This hormone, natural hormone that synthesis by cells in pancreas, is known as insulin. And this function of insulin is to control the sugar level in the blood. And this insulin is used to treat diabetic mellitus patient. And we move on to the next example of modern medicine, which is known as steroid. Steroids are made up of lipid compounds. Steroid can cause rapid increase in the body weight, and also it can cause high blood pressure stroke, and also heart attack. An example of a steroid is known as anabolic steroid. This anabolic steroid is used to treat AIDS patient, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and also cancer patient. Minimize the pain level of this patient, and this steroid is misused by athletes to strengthen their muscles and energy level. We move on to the next example of steroid known as cortisone. Cortisone is used to treat asthmatic patient. Next example of a steroid is known as cortisone. The cortisone is used to treat asthmatic patient. And arthritis. Arthritis is a joint pain. And we try to answer few objective question. Number one, okay, paracetamol is used for what? So the paracetamol is under analgesic. The function of analgesic is used to relieve pain. So the answer will be A. And we try to check question number 2. The question number 2, which of the following is the function of analgesic? The function of analgesic is used to relieve pain. So the answer will be C. The Afika is not feeling well. She goes to clinic and doctor prescribes streptomycin. The streptomycin comes under antibiotic. And this antibiotic is used to kill or retard the growth of harmful bacteria and fungus, not virus. So, and streptomycin will be under antibiotic. The joint of a student's leg is swollen and painful. What type of medicine should be given to the student? Swollen and painful comes under pain. So we need some medicine that used to relieve pain, and that will be paracetamol. Paracetamol will be under analgesic. The fourth class of modern medicine is known as psychotropic medicine, and this psychotropic medicine or psychotropic drugs is used to treat mental illness, emotional changes, behavior, stress, okay, anxiety. And the side effects of this psychotropic medicine is known as addiction, because it's made up of drugs. Mainly it can cause addiction, affect the development of mental and physical. There are three classes of psychotropic medicine. It will start with SAA. The S stands for stimulant. The stimulant used to stimulate the central nervous system. And next one will be antidepressant. The antidepressant is used to treat depression. And the last one is known as antipsychotic. We move on to the stimulant. The function of stimulant is known as stimulate the central nervous system, and it create alertness and create alertness, activeness, confidence, like that. We have a few example of stimulant. Start with the natural stimulant produced by the adrenaline gland is known as adrenaline. This adrenaline is produced by adrenal gland, and this adrenaline is help us to prepare us. This adrenaline is help us to face any emergency situation. It will create alertness in our body. Okay, and the weak stimulant is known as caffeine. Caffeine is obtained from coffee seed, is used to create alertness. And long terms of taking caffeine can cause insomnia. Okay, and the strong stimulant is known as cocaine. This cocaine is used as anesthetic agent to do major operation, like that. Okay, and the side effects of cocaine can affects the development of mental and physical, and it also can cause addiction. And the powerful stimulant used as pepper pill is known as amphetamine. this amphetamine is used as pep-up pill to reduce body weight and create alertness by increasing the rate of metabolism, the rate of respiration, okay, eye blood pressure, and the side effects it can cause addiction. And the second classes of psychotropic medicine is known as antidepressant. And we move on. Antidepressant is used to treat depression, and it also used to treat stress, tension, anxiety. Okay, and the first example of antidepressant is known as barbiturate. Barbiturate pill is known as sleeping pill. The function of this pill is known as slow down the body reaction and calm down the patient, causes the patient fall into a sleep, and overdosage can cause death. And the second example of antidepressant is known as tranquilizer. This tranquilizer is used to treat stress, fear, tension, anxiety, and disturbance of mind. We try to check question number 1. Psychotic patient always restless and experience difficulty in sleeping. So sleeping will be sleeping pill known as barbiturate. The woman always sad, anxious. That means this is falls under stress. And what type of medicine suitable for this type of patient? That will be tranquilizer. Okay, we move on to the last example of psychotropic medicine known as antipsychotic, and this antipsychotic is very important for SPM 2020. And the function of antipsychotic is used to treat severe mental disorder patients, or serious mental disorder patient, and this medicine does not cure the diseases, it only minimize the symptom. The schizophrenia or bipolar patient will take this medicine to regulate the function of brain circuit and to control thinking, mood, and perception. And point number 4 is very important for SPM. The characteristic of the patient, we need to remember the characteristic of the patient. The patient used to hear sound or voice that not exist, and this situation is known as hallucination. And they have disorganized speech and behavior. Long terms of taking this medication can cause Parkinson and Alzheimer's. And the example of medicine, we need to remember 3 type of medicine. Number 1 is known as haloperidol. Number 2, clozapine. And number 3, chlorpromazine. And we try to check the last question. A patient claims he always heard someone say something that he did not see anybody around him during the situation, and this situation is known as hallucination. And the suitable medicine, appropriate medicine treating to above symptom disorder is known as clozapine. Okay, and that's all under modern medicine. If you guys like my video, please share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I'll meet you guys in next slot. Take care all.